I don't know that there are many things more comforting or nostalgic than an old-fashioned pineapple upside-down cake. This is an old one I decided to finally dig out of the archives. It's inspired by a recipe that was in an old Pillsbury cookbook. When my little brother was younger, he would ask for an upside-down pineapple cake every year on his birthday, so I've been making this for years. But he grew up into someone who does not have a huge sweet tooth, and I realized this year when his birthday passed, I hadn't made this for quite some time. I've never seen another recipe quite like this one. It's sort of a hybrid between a chiffon and a regular sponge cake, which basically here just means that you have a cloud of pineapple melting in your mouth. It's light, delicate, and depends mostly on beaten egg whites as the leavening agent. Speaking of light and delicate, I do just want to add the only thing you should do differently than I do in this video is to actually sift the dry ingredients instead of just stirring them with a whisk. That aeration really does make a difference in cakes like this where you're folding in egg whites. Now that I think about it, this had to have been the first cake I ever learned how to make from scratch. It was one of my mother's recipes, and I remember making it with her when I was really young, and then was probably making this by myself by the time I was like 9 or 10, which must have worked out well because this recipe teaches several really important cooking skills. So if you have any children who are interested in baking, this might be a really good recipe for them. This really is one of those mid-century recipes that does depend entirely on canned pineapple and dangerously red maraschino cherries, which I actually had trouble finding. In fact, it's so perfectly retro that I think it was actually made to be served on jadeite plates. This cake turned out beautifully and tasted just as good as I remember. I hope you enjoy, and don't forget to hit that like and follow button for more recipes.